Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What's up, Mr. Dollar? Mr. Dollar, what's up, brother? How you doing?
How are you, sir? How are you? I'm living a dream.
Yeah,
Living a dream. How are you, sir?
we doing good. We doing good. I'm officially live with my guy SQ Dollar. This guy is a DJ, a author, man, a prior educator. This man got every title up under his belt, bro. He's a poet. Like everything you know, he got some quality that he can do that. I'm telling you. But
I'm a Kappa too. Don't forget.
oh yeah, and the gentleman is a captain of a sophisticated fraternity. How you doing, man? I just brought him to discuss a couple of topics on Yapping on Yak. I decided to bring it back for a second season. Let's see how it go. Got some new equipment. Brought my brother in. Now he's a good guy, but me and him we differ on a lot of subjects. So I thought he'd be great for the first episode of this season. So I'll let him talk, let him explain himself, tell him who he is, just in case I miss something. And this your boy JP. If you don't know who I am.
First, first and foremost, always my brother. Good, glad, and happy to be here with you, man. You are doing some big things. I'm loving your TikTok, and I'm loving the fact that you just stay moving and motivating and keeping me inspired from Ripple all the
Cheers to that. Hey,
I still remember where we was when you showed me the price of Bitcoin at $7,500. We was at Club Asia, and you say, "Man, you need to get into this." And
yes.
Bitcoin was only $7,500. So hey, my dog know what he talking about. But as for me, yeah, I'm an educator over a decade. I just got back into it. I'm actually an administrator, an elementary administrator right now.
Oh yeah.
So this has been fun. Yeah, school started back. I got another poetry album I've been working on for a while that I'm gonna put out pretty soon, and I'm also a doctoral candidate because I'm working on my doctorate degree. So from
Uh,
from one man who has a doctorate degree to another man,
cheers, my
they
boy.
don't
Hey,
they don't know about us. We be educated out here.
yeah. Stay busy, my friend.
Hey, booked and busy. Keep a bag coming. See,
Yeah.
they didn't get it when Jay-Z said that. Key to life, keep a bag coming. Every night another bag coming. That's
Yeah,
the
you
key, man. You
you
got to
can't never
keep
give
busy.
up. You can't never give up. Once you stop, you feel like you are in a good place, but they'll change the game and change the rules on you. So you always got to keep going. So that's what I do out of life, and that's why I started the channel. But if y'all wondering, man, the show is called Yapping on Yak, and I am yapping, and this the yak that I'm on tonight. The Remy Martin VSOP. So just in case y'all didn't think I was yapping on yak, that's what we doing. So we're gonna go ahead and get into some of the topics that we talk about today. We got like 5 topics on the board. We just gonna discuss them a little bit, and hopefully y'all enjoy the conversation. So let's get into our
I
topic.
think they will. I think they will.
Let's get into our topic board. Let's make sure you unmute it. Can you hear can we hear you?
I hear you perfectly fine.
All right, let's just make
Can you
sure.
hear me?
I think you're good. I think you're good. So if we got anybody in the likes, and go ahead and give us a like. We're gonna go to our first subject here. We're gonna talk about the image that you sent me. I'm gonna show it on the screen real quick. So
Ooh.
this mostly for Florida right here. What I'm showing you is what is the benchmark clarification. Instruction includes how slaves develop skills which in some instances could be applied for a personal benefit. So let's get
Mm, mm. Like you graduated from FAMU. Like you are you graduated from the HBCU. When you read that, like what do you think? How does that make you feel when you read that?
well. I looked into it a little bit, but let me make sure that you're 100% on audio. I just gotta stop the cast real quick to make sure you good. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, you good, you good. But
Hmm.
I just I looked at it like what are we actually studying, because they haven't even printed the books yet. It's just a little page in there that says they apply. It could be true. It could be true. We don't know how they're gonna present the information. That's all I'm saying. Like, they don't even have the textbooks. They don't have anything. They just said it can be presented in that way. But I know for a fact that that don't erase the trauma and stuff. But just by saying, hey, yeah, they got applied skills. But I think they already had some of those skills in the first place, though. To be honest with you,
Thank
bro.
you. So when you look at what Stephen A said, I love Stephen A's comment. Stephen A said that black people learned. What you mean learned? Like, like we wasn't building pyramids, like we wasn't building and we weren't doing things and doing engineering things in Africa for I don't know 1,000 years or so. Like we learned this stuff. We was already doing that stuff. We just weren't. We were just doing it for ourselves, and we were not over here in America getting beaten and getting killed to do those stuff, to do those things. So that in and of itself is insulting. Number one. Number two, that is a Florida state standard, which means that's something you must teach legally if you're teaching in the state of Florida. And if you pull it back up, that is a sixth grade standard, sixth through eighth. So if you look that number in there, that 6 8, that means grade 6 through 8, and the AA stands for African American. That means we're teaching that to sixth through eighth graders. First of all, what does a sixth grader even need to know about slavery anyway at that age? They have no need to go that far back into history. My professional opinion as a decade educator,
Yeah,
there's
I
no
mean,
need for six.
yeah, I trust your word. I see what you're saying as your professional opinion, and I believe that it's not really necessary to teach them that slavery taught them skill sets. It's gonna be known. If you work at something, you get better at it. I don't care if you're a slave. I don't care if you just doing regular work. That's already applied. Like, why would you teach it? I think they're teaching
Because
that so another race won't feel bad. You see what I'm
that's
saying?
exactly right. I had a conversation with my friend, Dawn, shout out to Dawn, who's a white lady, and her and I had a conversation, and she said she's tired of her son, her white son, coming home crying from school in elementary when he's learning things about about back in the days and slavery times and just early America. And there is a huge thing about white guilt. And I'm going to say a very unpopular opinion. I think black people need to be a little more sensitive to white guilt. Now, let me tell you why. Because, like Game of Thrones says, I don't believe that a son should pay for the sins of his father, period. We have to find a way to teach the history at an appropriate age, but also in a considerate way so that the people walking out of the classroom whose ancestors did all of that, they don't feel so bad like they did it. They didn't do it, and that's a
Well,
fact.
I beg a different. I don't think they should feel bad, but I think if the sons can benefit from the good doing of their father, they got to kind of take some of that bearing of the bad they did. They got to pay for some of those sins. If you say they can't benefit, or they shouldn't be held accountable for what somebody else did, then they shouldn't be able to benefit from what somebody else did as well. So you got to make
Well,
it, if you want to make it equal across the board. So they got to feel some of that suffering and stuff. They got to give up a little bit of something. So in
I
that
mean,
aspect, I think they
you will
should.
inherently when you see about the pyramids being built, right? And and you know the Jews were the slaves that built the pyramids. Do you feel guilty? No, no,
I,
not at
I
all.
don't I don't benefit from the pyramids. I don't have anything to do with the pyramids. So I don't care.
So
I
you
don't.
saying because they benefited from it that they deserve to feel guilty?
No, I don't even. We're not gonna get into that because I don't even think anybody in around here built those pyramids. I don't think the pyramids was built by humans.
The same
Because
thing. I don't. Nobody around us in today's society did any of that stuff that happened in the 1800s and the early 2000s. All them dead. All them dead. The kids now, I'm talking about, let's just stick it to within that standard. I'm talking about 6th through 8th graders. They don't need to know that, number one. Number two, they don't have the mental capacity to be able to compartmentalize the history from what they're dealing with. If you're, because this happened to me when I was in school, when they made us watch Rosewood, when we was in school, man, soon as I saw the first scene with the white people beating on the black man, I looked at my classmate like, you did this.
Yeah, but
You
I
say
don't
that,
know.
bro.
I think
I'm talking about
I think
kids.
history is history. Like, but yeah, that didn't happen to them. But it's not very that far removed, man. Like, you got to remember, 1965 was 60 years ago. 68. I think they got the civil rights bill. You're talking about generational wealth. That's only like one generation. So
I agree with
if you
you.
got the
I'm not.
benefit
I'm
from some
not
stuff,
saying.
go ahead.
Saying that the fact that they benefited is not a fact. That is true, and that is something that needs to be taught. My issue with this and why I don't fuck with DeSantis, even though he tried to scapegoat like it wasn't me, but bitch, you the governor. If you didn't like it, if you didn't agree with it, then you would veto it and you would not sign it into law. So you shut up. You you shut up because that's bad, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Also, it's too young. Sixth through 8th grade need not go that far back into history. Not 8th grade on down do not need to go that far back into history. They need to go back maybe 30 years.
Nah.
Like they only hear me out. Hear me out. They only 12, 13, 14. They only 13. What, you 13 in the 8th grade? You don't need to know all of that. Not that far back. When you talk about high school, where you can understand it, compartmentalize it, you done had mixed relationships as far as friends and different cultures. You can separate the history from the actual person that's sitting next to you in class. That's different. Not fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and 8th grade. They can't do that.
Well,
And my last point to this, it's insulting to insinuate the benefit from the people who went through it. That is utterly and completely insulting. It's like this. My mom was abused by my dad. True story. I didn't find that out till 10 years after my dad died. That would be like somebody telling my mom, I'm a benefit for her getting beat by my dad. You don't associate that at all. My
uh,
dad beat my mom. My dad beat my mom. Yes, my mom and her are that's two totally separate things. You don't say, but yeah, your daddy did beat on your mama, but look, you came out of it. No, like that's so inconsiderate to the person who went through that. To say that, hey, yes, you were a slave, but while you beat a slave, guess what you did? You learned how to grow crops. So guess what? You went and started a family, and you can take care of yourself. Are you shitting me, bro?
yeah,
Like how?
I agree with you on that part. Like, just to teach that they was benefiting, that's a straight up lie. But like I said, we don't know what the textbook's gonna show. We don't know exact. Like, we got to argue with the actual textbooks. What is it gonna show us? You know what I'm saying? So,
The,
I
the
don't.
fact that it's the fact that it's considered, it shouldn't even be considered. The
Well,
fact that they actually
it's
sat down, wrote this, and thought about it is horrible.
And it's a lot of people on the board that voted this way and believe this way as well. So we gotta. The thing about this, we gotta vote them out. If that's what you want to do, if you don't want stuff like this, you vote them out, and the majority wins in this case. And it looks like the majority of I think the school board panel or whatever, they believe in this way because they had the opportunity to not present that to the DeSantis as well. So
I agree.
you got to go to the sources of the people who doing it and get them up out of there. And if they don't think like you think, then it's more people that think a certain way. So you at your new norm. So you either move or adjust. You know what I'm saying? At that point.
I
So
agree. I think the only thing that's worth continuing with this discussion at a later date would be age appropriateness, subject matter versus age appropriateness. I think that's something that needs to be discussed. Like, at what age do you really need to see graphic images of slavery? At what age is it educationally beneficial for you to learn about the horrors of slavery? Like, do you really need to learn? Like, think about, would they ever, would they ever try and say there was some benefit to the Holocaust to the Jewish people? Like,
now
no.
I don't think they'll try that, bro.
Oh, they
But
won't try that with the Jewish people because they know the Jewish people don't play that shit. We, on the other hand, we ain't in lockstep enough to even
It ain't
rock
about
it
rock
and
stuff.
do.
It's about power, bro. We don't got
Yeah,
enough power. So like power come with that. What's your name? That dollar. So
that dollar.
yeah. So if you ain't got that power, then you ain't gonna get it. And speaking of black folks with no power, let's go to let's go to our next black president. The president's candidate hopefuls: Cornell West and Larry Elder.
Yes,
Have you been keeping up with these fellas, bro?
of course, of course, of course. You know I
Okay.
have. You know I have. As an
Hey,
educated man, and my undergrad degree is in philosophy. That's something Cornell and I have in common. His
true.
doctor is in philosophy, so yes, I
Yeah.
have been keeping up with this.
So
So
what
I'll start this off.
do you like
Let me
Cornell West? Hold on, let's just ask this question. Do you like Cornell West or do you like Larry Elder? On both of them, just tell me and I'll tell you mine.
I honestly like them both.
Me
I
too.
honestly
So go
like
ahead.
them. I do, bro. I do. I watched I watched that interview with him on the Breakfast Club, and when Charlamagne said, "This is why you don't like talking to black women," I said, "This is why he don't like." I said, "Yep, this is why he don't like talking to black women." But I like him because one's a Republican, one's a Democrat. Their philosophies are not the same, but I like their two major issues. They're different issues. Um, Elder's main issue is uh, fathers and the family,
Yeah.
and that being the big problem that we have in America, not having a whole family with the father in the household, married to the mother, and raising the kids. I totally agree with him on that. That is a major issue in America. Um, Dr. West's agenda stems on poverty and helping out the unrepresented people. And I believe Cornell West is not somebody that can be bought.
Yeah.
So I like them both in that
All right.
respect.
So yeah, I watched both their episodes on the Breakfast Club, and I'm not trying to shout out the Breakfast Club. I stopped subscribing to them on YouTube like a year back, but I had to go check these two brothers out. I do have to check some stuff
You
out, but
petty.
yeah, I have to not support where I don't support. You know what I'm saying? So but these two brothers right here, I like the way like how Cornell West talks. But one thing he's not he's complaining about like resources and stuff like that, but most of our black people we don't do nothing about the resources, and I don't mean like go work hard, go buy land, go rent out properties and stuff. I mean we can just escape from the system with Bitcoin, and a lot of black people don't look into that enough to actually think and educate themselves well enough to understand that that money divide. All we gotta do is fix the money, and then the players who manipulates the money can't change it, and Bitcoin fixes
Yeah,
that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And people don't understand when I say that Bitcoin fixes that because they haven't did the education on it, and they just think life is gonna keep going like it's gonna go until it don't anymore. So
Well, the what I like about Brother Fuller is he said something, and I think I actually reposted it today. He said the black dollar is the only dollar that's not racist. Jewish people keep their money Jewish.
yeah,
White people spend their money with white people. Black people, we don't care. Our money is a whole thought. We will give our dollar
yeah, you're
to
right.
damn near everybody, but we don't keep our dollar in our community for whatever reason. And this is one thing that I do subscribe to Mr. Fuller about. He said that um we, damn it, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, the point was about black people keeping their money in their community, which is something we don't do, and trying to understand why we have that competitor mentality. Like, why are we always competing against each other, and why are we more inclined to support everybody else before we support our own? Like I posted recently about all of these athletes with all of this money that we constantly see promoting and voluntarily buying products that ain't black owned on such a regular basis as if it gives them status. Like they brag about the jewelry they have on, or they brag about the clothes they wear, and these are companies that your money is going out of the community. And as far as Cornel West, something that he stands on that I like is bringing down the size of the military. Bro, do you know 58 cents of every dollar goes to the military budget? That's insane, dude. That
Yeah,
is insane when you consider how bad education is, how much teachers are not getting paid. Um, but the military is getting 56 cents to every $1 American. Dude, that's crazy.
it's not really insane when you can print the money though, bro. I don't think that's insane at all. Like, all right, they just make money out of thin air, so it really don't matter. And so to address what you saying about Larry Elder, right? Like he don't like talking to black women. That in that particular interview, she was just interrupting. She was being real rude to him and snappy at him. And I know she that's her stitch or whatever. I don't know the lady's name. Y'all go check out the interview if y'all want to check it out. But one thing I did like when he addressed Charlemagne when Charlemagne asked him about a nigga wake up call, and asked him did he know what that was. And Larry Elder kind of got back on him when he said Joe Biden told him to, point blank to his face that if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. He should have had a nigga wake up call at that point in his career. And I think this is where I think that slavery book is about, or that slavery teaching thing is about too. The media can't tell you what to think, but it can tell you where to think or what to think about. You see what I'm saying? So they presenting
I
stuff
guess.
stuff in the media to tell you what to think about rather than to like they're not pointing you into the direction to actually think about the right things. So I think all of this is like kind of like a three card Monty. They moving stuff out the way, not showing you the real stuff when they print this money and they telling you,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you need resources when it don't matter if you get the resources or not. They'll print the shit out the money, and then your resources will become this small, and you need more resources. And they can say, oh, we
Yeah.
already gave you something. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, I
So
understand.
so they're
I
just
think
telling us.
oh no, I was gonna say I think one of to make something about Cornell West, one of the good things that I think is gonna come from him, uh, or even both of them, you could say, but more so Cornell, is because if he can make it to the actual debate, see, you can disregard him now, but if he actually wins I don't think Fuller has any chance in hell of gaining the Republican nomination. Period.
Talking
I
about
don't
Larry
think
Larry Elder.
Larry Elder. I'm sorry, I'm Fuller. I'm sorry, Larry Elder. I don't think he has any chance in hell of making the actual ticket.
Yeah, he's struggling.
Cornell West from the Republican Party. I don't think he's got a chance. I
Nah,
think Cornell West has a chance to actually win the Green Party nomination and make it to the debate stage. That is what I'm excited about as a black man because if he can make it on that debate stage, I don't care whether he wins or not, but his issues on poverty and wanting to shrink um, the military budget and redo those resources are things that on the debate stage the other candidates cannot not discuss. They can avoid him now, but if he makes it to the debate stage and forces them with his intellectual ability, with his knowledge, the man is a fucking walking archive, bro.
I
He
think that
recalls.
Hey,
He recalls.
I think the
Go ahead.
Democrats are scared of him because of that reason. Because I don't think Biden got the wit to himself to pull those answers out. Like, I mean, a lot of Republican candidates can bullshit their way through those answers. I don't think Biden got enough of it in him to do it, bro. He's not there at all. Biden's not there.
Yeah,
I don't care if you like the Democratic Party or Republican Party. See, that's what I'm talking about. They only give you two parties to choose from, and the best
yeah,
person might be somebody else. But
yeah.
you can't not tell me that Biden is 100% there, bro. And I'll be watching full speeches. I watch full speeches, bro. And I'm like, I voted for him, so I'm like, shoot, well, I voted for this, and I feel bad because I voted for him. There's no way in the world I can vote for a man like that. I'm not voting for him just because of what I see right now. You
Yeah,
see what I'm saying? So I
yeah.
can't like I know it's a lot of people that feel like me probably too, and basically I'm a vote on whoever with Bitcoin anyway. If they say Bitcoin, I'm a one reason voter this election.
All you want to hear is Bitcoin. You all in.
All I need is one thing. I'm all in with you. So
Well, I
if
know
you
a lot
got
of people concerned about a lot of people who are Democrats are concerned about him taking away votes from about Cornel West taking away votes, which I don't think I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think what you said is right. Your concerns from the for the left or right, Biden is too up in age. I don't want nobody young. I don't want no president under 50. Period.
Yeah.
Damn near 55, 60, to be honest with you. But Biden is definitely he's too old, and he's not there. It's not just that. It's not ageism. He just it doesn't seem like he can still do the job to the level that it needs to be done. And furthermore, uh, what have you done for me lately?
Nah, he hey,
Ooh.
he gonna he
He
gonna
ain't
he
do
gonna
shit.
promise he gonna promise everybody student loan forgiveness by the time his it's time to get elected. And there you go. There go the win right there. So
Yeah,
we'll move
he
on.
ain't do nothing for us lately. So I'm liking Cornell West. He's getting my vote, and but definitely Larry Elder is worth listening to, and it's good to see a real right wing Republican. I like him.
So we'll move on from this and we'll start on the double standards and raising kids these days.
Ooh, child.
So I know you brought this topic to me and you want to say is there a double standard right in raising
I got a
sons versus
specific.
daughters?
Yes, I got a specific lane I want to get you on,
All right.
because I don't know how many do you voice with your audience, your marital status and your family and
Yeah,
whatnot, or you keep that.
I'm married with my two baby girls. Well, not baby girls.
Okay, okay.
They're two girls.
They not baby girls no more. No, they're not baby girls. Okay, so what when your daughters start dating, what is the
Nope.
expectation?
They don't get to do that.
When your daughters become of age where they get to date, what is the expectation when somebody comes to the house to pick them up?
uh, I don't expect nobody to be coming to their house to the house and pick them up. But I don't. We'll have to have a discussion and stuff. I don't really have a set standard. It's like if it's a trash dude, I'm gonna treat him like trash. I'm gonna treat my superstars like superstars. I'm gonna treat my trash like trash. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay,
ain't gonna
but
sugarcoat that.
does he or she have to come in, greet you, meet you, speak to you before they leave with your daughter?
Hopefully, I raise my daughters in a well enough manner that I matter to them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
everything should flow through pops. Pops should vet them. That's what I'm trying to teach, and that's what I
Okay.
hope I instill in them. So, as far as like double standard and raising them, I thought you was talking
I'm
more.
gonna get to that point. I'm gonna get to that point. So, if you had a son, is the expectation the same?
Yeah, like just
Does
talking
that
to you.
son, if he's going on a date, have to bring that daughter inside to get vetted?
No, not see the expectation is different.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. The
Hold on,
double
let me
standard.
finish. Let me finish. I wouldn't expect him to do what I would expect her to do with the boy. I expect him to be the man and go do that with her father. You see what I'm saying?
Now, I see what you're
So
saying. Now let me
hold on,
utterly and
Mike, put your mic up a little bit. Yeah, you got it. Speak.
okay. Now, so let me say this. So therein lies the double standard, and therein lies the issue.
No,
We do
that's not a
not
double
put.
standard. That's the
T-
same standard. I expect
let me
him.
finish.
I expect him to be the boy, and I expect her to be the girl.
Okay, so let me repeat myself. Herein lies the double standard. There's an expectation for your daughter to bring someone in the house so that the person she's bringing must be vetted. They must get the once over. But we don't hold our men, our young boys, to that same standard where whoever they're bringing or they're dating, they must get the same once over. And I think that's a major reason why so many young men who become adults are so comfortable philandering and having multiple partners, because we never put the same standard on them once they start dating, whereas the person that they're dating must be brought back to the family to get a once over. So for example, I have a son. You know, I have a son.
Yeah.
Once he gets to the age that he's dating, when he goes out to pick up that little girl or young lady, guess what he got to do? Before he go anywhere, he has to bring her back to the house so that I, preferably my wife, will give her or him. If he dating a dude, I'm gonna get a dude the once over. But you the same standard is set. You don't leave this house without me making eye contact or without my wife making eye contact because
You
our
just
wives have
you
been
just say
women.
you want
Our
to meet
wives,
him.
it's a
I think you
requirement.
should meet him. Yeah, I think you should meet
No,
all.
it's a requirement. No, no. Every time they leave the house, I before they leave, he got if he's going to pick her up, he got to bring her back home first.
Oh
My wife
no.
need to see her.
See
My wife need to see her.
the way I see it is like I get the opportunity to raise these kids. So I'm raising the boy, right? And I'm instilling values in him that I know he's gonna relay that I expect for any boy to come in this house and do. So like I don't have if he's going to pick her up, I can't go on a date with him. I don't expect him to come back home then go on
You
his
got to go
date.
on a date with him. I'm just saying the standard that he got to
Hold
bring.
on. So I expect him to go be respectful to the parents and say meet their parents and then show himself to them and show that he's the man that I raised him to be. Now I expect the guy that comes over here that want to date my daughter to come in here and I want to see if you the man that somebody raised you right. The thing about it is that a lot of these men that you're talking about that goes around and be what they call dusty dusties and just spreading their seed around, I don't think they're raised right, bro. And that's the issue. So they don't have a sense of like they don't have a sense of actually being a gentleman in this world. So if I put something out there, if I my seed out there, my seed already knows exactly what to do, the right things to do. So I don't have to worry about him. But I do got to worry about somebody that's taking my daughter somewhere. You see what I'm saying? I got to.
How do you not see that as being the same thing? This little girl is taking your son somewhere. She's going with your son
She's
somewhere.
going with
I
him.
don't.
He's in the control aspect. He's driving. He's doing everything. If I raise him right, he's doing all that stuff. He's.
How many? Come on now. Now I'm gonna say that's a little naive, sir, because we all know nobody can manipulate as good as a woman. So to think that your little 16, 17-year-old boy is in control with little Kiki at 17, looking all good, smelling all good, he feeling things he never felt before, and you haven't given her the same examination, or to use your word, you haven't vetted her in the same manner that you would have vetted your daughter's date. That sends a message to the son that it doesn't matter as much to the parents who I'm dating. Therefore, my standards shrink.
No, I'm
Therefore,
saying that's a weak parent. If you can't, it's your fault as a parent. If you can't send your kid out there to to be a man that you raised him to be, then you are a weak parent. It's
so then
your
what's the
fault.
point of it? Okay, so what's the point of this of you having to have to put your eyes and vet the dude that's coming to get your daughter, but you do not feel the same way like you have to vet the girl that's dating your son? That is a
I would like to see
100% double standard.
I would like to see the girl, but I don't have to. I'm not going to go. I don't have to see her. I would see her at some point in time or before they go on a date, but not like I wouldn't have to see her every time. So
Do you have to see the dude
thing
every time you
is
pick up your daughter?
my son would be in the control factor. He would plan the date. He would do everything. I don't know. See, that's a real man that's supposed to do everything. Plan the date, take you there, pay for it. You see what I'm saying? So if he's doing all that, he's got the control.
You that guy. You that guy, Keith. Bro. Um, if you're doing everything for me, why do you think you have control? If I'm getting you to do everything for me, what makes you feel like you have control?
I ain't saying he got control over the person. I'm saying he has control over the date. Like he planned the date. They know where he know where they're going, so he could just fill
Okay.
me in. Dad, we hitting the movies, but then we're gonna hit Applebee's and we're gonna go miniature golf, and then we heading back home. I'm gonna drop off at 9. I'll be back. Boom. I already know what he's doing. He's driving. He's picking her up. I know what's supposed to happen, and I raised him to be the man supposed to be with honor and
So is
integrity.
it that you
And
don't?
don't lie to
So
me.
so is it that you don't trust your daughter the same way you trust your son?
I don't trust the person that she don't have the car. She can get left somewhere. I need to know where she is. She's gonna tell me everywhere they're going, but I need to know
So
where
what
she
if a
is.
girl? Okay, wait. So what if a girl comes and picks up your son?
He's raised right. He shouldn't be doing it. She shouldn't be picking him up
Why is that not funny to you, bro?
because it's serious, man.
You
Like you
say
got.
he,
I mean,
he raised right. She shouldn't
some
be coming to
people,
pick him
some
up.
people. I don't know, man. Like you're laughing, but some people just not raised in the right manner. What I believe is the right manner. So it's not common. It's like you might be laughing because it's not common, right? And the reason it's not common
Yeah,
because the
I get it.
culture is fucked up. And the culture. If the culture is messed up, then we got a problem. If we fix the culture, then we wouldn't
Yep.
have that wouldn't be as funny because it'll be a norm. And see, it's so abnormal right now to you. It's funny, but culturally, if you just fix it, boom, it'll be normal.
So, but there is a double standard in raising a daughter versus raising a son.
Oh yeah,
That's the
because
yes or no question.
they are different. Daughters and sons are
Okay.
different. Like a mistake for
They are different. I think there's some I think that there are some inherent differences, but I think where those differences lie, I think my views are a little different. I see it as a as an educator because I've been an educator since I was 23 years old. Now I'm 40.
yeah.
So I think some of the ways we raise them differently
I should have hit you with that
creates
Kevin
how
Hart. Damn.
I think it creates some of those differences. I think we're creating these little monsters by the different ways that we're raising them. And one of the main things I think is because of how we handle dating at the young age when they first start dating with between boys and girls, I think we begin to create that difference. And part of that difference is women end up having more and higher standards and they're more selective in their smashing and dating process. Whereas because we don't hold young men to the same standard and we kind of let them just go freely, they end up with anybody doing anything with any number of people and they don't even think twice about it.
Well,
And I
that's the
think that's
issue
part of the
with the
problem.
whole dating thing. Like maybe they dating too early. Maybe they shouldn't be dating that early. I mean, it's like certain standards, bro. Back in the day, people didn't date. People didn't date. That was stupid. You either find a man and then you get married, and that used to be the only person you ever had. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
a lot more marriages stayed together then too. You see,
you don't believe in dating?
but I'm just saying, like, dating process, they may be too young to be dating. If they're not mature enough to understand what I'm trying to tell them, or at least get a clue on it, let them run around because they look cute together is bullshit. Because when the last time you seen a high school sweetheart get married?
Oh
When the last time
Lord.
you seen somebody like, you know what I'm saying? When the last time you seen two high school sweethearts together? It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Everybody
It's very
who
few.
dated in the high school, middle school, all wasted their time.
I don't
And
know.
they gave a
You might
notch
be
up.
the
They gave a notch
y'all
up on
might
their
be the
belt.
y'all might be the only couple I know that got married in their early 20s that's still together.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying they gave a notch up on their belt for no reason.
Yeah.
So
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I can see your point.
it's like
I can see
it's
your
a
point there.
cultural thing, bro. We gotta change the culture. I mean, just because it's normal and it sounds crazy, I see you sound crazy until you change the world, bro. And
Yeah,
then you sound like a damn
then you sound
genius.
like a smart guy.
Yeah. So I think these certain standards, I seen it work before. I didn't see it, but I researched it work before. You know, we grew out of it. Maybe we need to take ourselves back to it.
Yeah, I think there are inherent. Let me say this, then we can move on. There are inherent differences between men and women. I will stamp that. Which is going to go into the next topic we want to talk about.
That
So
money,
there are nah, uh, nah. So there are inherent differences. They should not be ignored. They need to be addressed as specifically. And I agree with you on that. So yes, there are some things that we need to do differently when we're raising a man versus a woman, a little girl versus a little boy. Um, However, we need to readjust those differences based on the society we live in now. Um, Back
no,
in the day,
because if the society we living in now is messed up, why would we do that? Why would we?
well,
Why would we? Why would we
I'm only saying that as
change ourselves?
it pertains to I'm only saying that as it pertains to this. For example, my grandmother got married at 15. My grandmother the chances of my grandmother doing like what my wife's doing, getting her second master's and becoming a professional mental health therapist, my grandmother didn't have that opportunity when she was that young. So now the things that your little girls can go and become, and the kind of earning potential that they have, majority of our mothers and grandmothers never had that. So
But who
we
says
do need
earning
to.
brings happiness and
I'm
having
not
a
talking about
career is
happiness.
happy?
I'm not talking happiness. I'm talking about just being able to take care of yourself. I'm talking about just being able to take care of yourself.
Who wants to,
Our
who
grandmothers.
says taking care of themselves is fine? What if they want a man to take care of them?
I'm not even referring to that. I'm just saying, as a parent, you want your child to be able to take care of themselves. Period. You want them happy as well, but you don't want your child dependent upon nobody. And
As a
now
parent,
with our
I want my child to already be taken care of, and if they decide to leave the nest, when they decide, I want them to have somebody else take care of them if that's what they want, or work if that's what they want. Because I believe like once my daughters leave my household, they should go into their husband's household and be taken care of just like they were taken care of by their father.
you know what? You know what? You get it all. I like that. I respect that. I like that, my nigga. That's that's every that should be every man's goal and desire who have daughters. So
But my
Assalamu
son,
alaikum, the
if
Father,
I have a
Son, the
son,
Holy
that's
Ghost.
different
You get
though.
all that right now.
If I have a son, I'm like you with everything you just said. I want that motherfucker to be able to take advantage of all the opportunities and take care of his damn self. Because when it's time to take care of yourself, he got to realize, man, the world don't care about men. I mean, the only man that's gonna ever care about another man is the daddy to the son. That's the only man that wants you to be better than him, your daddy, and that's if you lucky to have a good daddy to want that.
That's some pretty horrible truth right there.
Yeah,
But it's a pretty horrible truth you just spit right there. That's disgustingly. It's truer than I wish it was. But
yes,
there are some good, but there are some good people, some good dudes out there like you and I, who we ain't competing. I
yeah.
want everybody to be great, bro,
They
because I
want
know
you
when.
want people to be great, but deep down inside, I promise you, man, every man is competitive, dog. They wanna win. They want you to
But
win.
competing and competing and preventing someone else
That's
from making
different.
it are two
Yeah,
different things.
yeah. But
To
they still want to be
mine
better than
competing.
you. They still want to be better than you, but they ain't gonna hate on you.
And there's a difference. See, too many people turn competition into hate. You ain't gotta if you gotta pull me down to lift yourself up, then you ain't shit, bruh.
Yeah.
Period.
The only
Period.
people I would say you might find an 80-year-old or 90-year-old man that wants you to be better than them because they about to be
That's because
out.
he ain't in your competition no more.
Yeah, yeah, they about to be out. But
They about to be.
to be
That's
honest
Joe
with you,
Biden.
dog,
Joe Biden.
your dad don't want to compete with you. He want to help you, and he wants you to be better than him.
And some dads want to live through you, but
Yeah,
that's
that's
another
if
topic.
that's if you lucky to have a dad that want that. Some dads be hating on you.
Okay, so we going from parenting to this next topic, which I really want to talk about as
What?
well. I think you will not that one. That's we'll say that one for last.
We had took that one out. You talking about her money?
Oh, we can do. Oh, you took the pregnant one out. Oh, we can do her money. So let's talk about this. So I wrote this in my book, right?
Oh shoot!
And
Oh shoot! Let me get some of the
I,
tea. Oh, he got a
I
new
need me. I
book.
got.
He got a new book, y'all.
Hold on. Let me go get. Let me pour something. Let me pour me some.
Shout out to
Hold on.
Remy Martin. We gonna need a sponsorship, bro. Remy,
Hey,
hey,
Remy Martin, we need
CTC,
sponsorship. Remy,
CTC, cut the
Remy
check,
Martin,
baby.
we cut the check. TC, cut the check. All right, bro. So let me tell you, man. I'm back. Cheers. Salute.
Cheers. Clink 'em and drink 'em, baby.
Make them and drink them. I like it.
Shout
So,
out.
so yeah. So my second book, um, Dollar Making Sense of Getting Married. Right in the book, I talk about um the four women, the four women who ain't getting married, and the three men that don't want to, and
Okay.
also and everybody in between. And so I talk about different types of people and why they not getting married and why they may not want to get married because that's always a thing. You might not want to get married. That's fine. I also talk about relationship philosophies that I think people haven't thought about. Like one, for example, is the sex cap. Now follow me. Um, this ain't the main point, but I'm making a small point. If the difference between how explicit can we be?
You can talk, speak freely, bro.
Okay, the difference between uh good cootie cat and bad
Yeah.
cootie cat is about this big, right? You see my hands? It's not a lot. It's not major. Like it's not. It's really not. I've been a man a long time. It's the difference between good and bad is small, but the difference between good dick and bad dick is huge. No homo.
I don't know
No
about that.
homo.
You
We're
gotta
going.
pause that.
No, but
I'm like
pause that.
Mace. I'm
But
like Mace. Oh,
no, but let me tell
hey.
you why. It's simple. It's simple because just the standpoint of size. Like you got what you got. Ain't nothing you can do about that. So I don't care how you might know how to maneuver it. If she like a spot hit that's somewhere you can't reach, but you stuck. So I also talk about money ain't the same, which is this. Money is way more attractive to women than money is attractive to men as it pertains to the other person having money. Women like men who have money. Most men, I'll say a traditional man, the amount of money a woman makes
Don't
doesn't
matter.
matter much at all.
Yeah, I don't. I don't.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, I don't see it as mattering. If it do matter, you with a scrub probably. To be honest with you, because I just don't believe it matters because a man inherently knows that when he get out in this world, he got to fend for himself. He knows nobody's gonna be able to take care of him, protect him, and stuff like that. And I know some women out there believe that too, that they don't have to. But it's so many. You could tell by the government programs that set up for women and stuff like that. Homeless
Oh my God.
shelters. It's mostly women's
With the
homeless
government
shelters.
programs.
Yeah,
Lord, I'm gonna
you
comb my beard on that.
yeah, so like it's a whole bunch of government programs that help single women, but not single fathers, bro. Like they don't get those same programs. And the homeless shelters, more women homeless shelters than it is men by like thousands more. So a man knows when he fall on his dick, he on his own. Like that's just what it is. A lot of people feel sorry for women, and I would too because I know that it's. They can't work every job that a man work. A man can work every job, and my they can work every single job there is. Some women
That a
can't go
man
on
can't
oil
do.
fields and do certain things because of the sheer strength. Not some women can, but like all women can't.
Numbers.
All men can't either, but the majority of them can do almost every job. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I
And
get
then,
it.
and then they won't be looked at harassed by working that job either because they amongst all men they just a regular dude out there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think this is an important thing for women to realize because you have a lot of women nowadays who be big boy flexing their bank accounts, which I'm not against it. Like what Money Mike say, do you boo boo? Like I'm
Yeah,
all for anybody being successful, and I'm all for
get that money.
anybody being. Yeah, you got money, bitch, spend that shit. Spend that shit. Get money. Like I'm here for all of that. Like oh no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Had to go with
No,
the
you
DJ
didn't.
move. Yeah, but I feel you, man.
Hold on. So my point to that was just that. But when it comes to trying to get a mate, when it comes to trying to attract a husband, your bank account is not on the totem. If I had to go down the list of the top 10 things that I cared about when meeting a woman, I promise you what she does for a living and how much money she makes is like number 20. If it's on the list at all. So I only make that point so that women can understand that that doesn't matter to most good traditional men. Because if your if your woman changes your lifestyle,
I wouldn't mind it though, because
I
me and my lady been together. Me and my lady been together for quite some time, so she done changed my lifestyle.
would.
But before, like, I wanted us to grow together because I want. Listen, man, I want a woman. I wanted a woman that can
With
experience stuff
extensions in the
with me,
hair, bamboo
with
earrings, at least
with
2 pair.
with
Hey.
with yeah, like a woman that can experience things with me. I don't want to take somebody when I spend all my hard earned money and she done been everywhere that I take her. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like me. What am I doing for you
Oh,
that's
come
new?
on.
You
Well,
know?
it's not about, wait. Now that's a bad statement. You said, what
Uh,
am I doing for you that's new?
no,
That's
I
like,
want to. I'm telling you what I want out of. I want to experience things with my woman. I want if I'm
yeah,
working
but you can
hard
still,
and take.
it's still a new experience
It's not
because
a new
she's
experience.
experiencing it with
I want
you.
them to feel the same. Feel like I feel like just experiencing for the first time, hitting the, seeing these things. If I'm working hard and I'm doing this all for us, I want you to experience those things too. But it ain't about that. If a woman want to make her own money, make your own money. But I don't want you to complain about you can't find somebody that. It's just funny that people complain about that you can't find somebody that make as much as you when you out there grinding, bro. You out there grinding, do your thing. And then like
But what?
to make a lot of money, bro, it's not easy. Uh, for to make a lot of money. I'm trying to get a bag out of this YouTube thing, and it's hard as hell. I'm grinding my behind off, right? I'm working hard at my job. I'm studying Bitcoin. This shit is hard, bro. So it brings traits out of you that go getter traits. You got to be mean and like sometimes like you got to grind. You got to like leave me alone. Everybody, I'm focused. You know, like
Yeah,
and if you're doing that
yeah,
for years and years and years and years and trying to get that bag, it's like cooking breakfast, bro. If all you did was cook grits and you perfected grits for the last decade, and your husband come in your life and he wants some hash browns and you burn his hash browns, of course you're gonna burn hash browns. You don't know how to cook hash browns, but you know how to make the hell out of some grits. But he hate grits, so it's like you got qualities that this man don't like because you've been grinding making money, but he got what you like, which is on your level and status,
yeah.
and that's why
Mhm.
y'all don't match. You see what I'm saying?
That makes good sense,
That's
brother.
why they
That makes good
mess.
sense. Yeah,
So
that makes good sense, and that's why it matters that as a and I don't I never want to be that guy talking about trying to tell a woman how to be a woman. That ain't my job. I ain't never have I've never owned a vagina a day in my life, so I can't speak for those who have one, and I'm not trying to.
I heard they was selling them though. You get you one.
Hey, the best thing my homeboy ever said to me, in the barbershop, he said, "Esky, let me ask you something. When your wife leave the house, do she take her coochie with her, or she leave it at home?"
Nah,
I said, that thing go wherever she go. He said, "All right, then, goddamn it,
yeah, you're
you
right.
better realize that." So
You're
yeah,
right, bro.
my whole point to that was just that, just realizing that most men don't care about how much money a woman makes, because that's not something that they find. If a man, like you said, if a man finds that attractive, like when my homeboy meet a girl, if he want to tell me what she do for a living, I'll be like, so, nigga, I don't give a fuck what your girl do for a living.
Yeah.
Like,
About
bitch,
a few years ago, my homeboy came up to me like, "Yeah, man, my girl, she a doc, she in pre med." I said, "I don't give a fuck."
you fuck, bitch.
Like, what does that do for you, bro? That'll do
Yeah,
nothing for
bro.
you. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Like,
thank you, but like, why? But the question is, what kind of nigga is you to be bragging about
no,
what your girl do?
he thought that might
Yeah,
impress
that's what
me.
I'm
That's why
saying.
he said
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Like, what kind of now if you bragged about your wife because you've been with her and your wife, you don't watch your wife go through and get a degree, and you like, dollar man, my wife graduated, man, from God. That's different.
Yeah, that's totally
You
different. You celebrating.
you're yeah, you celebrating the accomplishment that your girl and you watched her go through. But you just met somebody and you like, oh, yo, I met me a lawyer. I'm like, bitch.
Yeah,
Like,
that's like telling me, bro, I just got these Jordans, bitch. All right, then we grown, nigga. We can all get Jordans. I might have to spend a little bit more because I ain't waiting in line.
but like, yeah, you
Shout
really,
out to Don Womble.
you killing me, bro. All right,
Yeah,
we can go to the last one. I know we got bedtime.
yeah. So we gonna hit up the last topic, and I didn't really get this subject, so I'm gonna let you just go ahead first. Black folks where are you living? So you was telling me, black folks ain't trying to live. Just go ahead and explain to me what you were talking about with the
So actually,
living.
so two things. One time for well, first of all, let me say one time for my wife.
Shout
If
out to
y'all was
your wife.
wondering
Shout out to my wife.
who this is, if y'all was wondering who this is on my shirt, this is my wife and our dog Aaliyah. They she posted this picture one day and I thought it was so cool. I put it on a t-shirt. So
Oh,
that's
I
our
thought your
husky
dog
Aaliyah.
passed away, bro.
Oh, I got two new ones.
No,
But
I
yes,
thought that was
Roger.
the dog that passed away. That's why you did
Oh,
it
he
on
thought
the
his daughter
shirt.
passed. Oh no, Aaliyah is right outside that door trying to get in here.
True that.
Um, so no, but so with this, shout out to Big Wash, Two Boy. Him and I were having a conversation about black people growing up in the hood, raised in the hood, and they moved to the suburbs.
All right.
And when I was listening to Larry Elder
Yeah.
today, he talked about that. And he talked about how the black community always want to talk about the hood, black community. But as soon as we grow up and get rich, or we go up and get middle class, first thing we do is get out the hood. So all the people in the hood is still just the same people who's always been in the hood. Because those of us who know better and got better, or just made improvements. I don't want to say better. We just improved in life. Now we moved out, and so the professionals or the white collar careers that we have earned, the people in the hood still don't see that. It's still not tangible to them. Because you, the pharmacist, I know where you live.
Yeah.
You know where I live. We don't live where we grew up at anymore. And I think that's part of the problem with the black culture is we get up, we raised in the hood. I'm Liberty City, Miami all day, every day, raised up in the hood. We managed to get out, go to college, become better. But instead of moving back and bringing that money back in the hood and bringing that knowledge back in the hood and bringing that in just being there, well, people walk by and say, "Hey, man, that's Dr. Perry house, man, right there." Like just for people to be able to say that, we don't give them that.
Yeah.
We go out.
I kind of feel a type of way about that, bro. Sorry to interrupt you, but I was
No,
like,
you good.
if you grew up amongst that poverty and all that shit, and you work your ass off to build something else, I don't mind you leaving, right? And most people leave, and they build themselves as a doctor or athlete or singer or whatever the
Or
profession may be,
professional.
lawyer or whatever the profession may be, nurse, and they get up out the hood to get to a safer location. I don't think it's even about like the black folks. I think it's about safety. It's a safer
Now think about that.
location.
Think about that.
It's a
You a
safe.
whole
Listen,
you
listen,
agree.
listen. It's a safer location. That's fine. But a lot of people ain't living like they supposed to because they don't learn about money, right? And
Mhm.
they live in a paycheck to paycheck. They don't even have time to think about the hood. Even if you out in the suburbs, you a lot of people living paycheck to paycheck. They can't even teach anybody about anything. All they know is how they got it. Go to school, be a nurse. Go to school, be a lawyer. Go play football, work real hard. Go sing and rap and do all this. Give your time up. But then they go get up under a mortgage and they stuck under that mortgage, stuck under that car note, stuck under the credit card bill, stuck under the student loans, and they can't do a goddamn thing anyway for anybody. So, like, that's why they not coming back to the hood, bro. That's why they can't help you out. They're not starting businesses in the hood because they don't got enough. They going to learn how to work for the man who got them under their thumb, either under a contract, either under the like a job title. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
That's me
oh, you
agreeing with
make
you.
you
That's
make
me
two
agreeing
hundred
with
thousand
everything you're
dollars a
saying.
year, but that's all you make that year. The man that you working for making 2 million off you that year. You see what I'm saying? So they got time to go back to the hood because you doing all the work that they going back to their community and talking about how they built this business. Now,
Yeah.
that's what I was talking about with the slavery thing. That's what you got to know because civil rights just happened in '68. That's only one generation, almost two generations that you had to grow and build wealth and knowledge of that. And that's why we don't have a whole lot, bro. That's why we don't have a whole lot. That's why we gonna go back to the hood. We don't even know how to own the land and pay the proper taxes on it, or how to gentrify our own neighborhoods when the opportunities is right there. And
Yeah.
then we don't even know how to go off into the bank and actually get a loan. And then when we do get loans, it's only to buy stupid shit.
Do
So
you think that we feel as though we have to impress other cultures? That's why we leave the hood? Or you think I now because the standpoint of it being a safety thing, that says a lot about the culture, bruh. If you born and raised in the hood and you leave for 4 years and go get you a degree and you no longer feel safe where you grew up at, like that says a lot about the hood, and that's a problem. Huge problem, bro. How many of us how many of us would feel comfortable moving back into the neighborhood we grew up in?
I don't want to
And
go
if you
back there.
don't,
Shit, I ain't going back there for nothing. And and you can't
hey,
help you.
you ain't too far away, bitch.
No, you can't even you can't help nobody if your shit ain't together. And most of our shit ain't
That could be
together.
an example though. You could be Dr. Perry could be that beacon in Lakeland. You know, like you could be that beacon. You could be that one big every hood got that one big house
I'm
on
not
the corner.
I'm not gonna be a person that have a house in the hood. I got dream. When I grew up, I had dreams of where I wanted my house to be. I want to be on land with acres. So I'm never gonna come up and go back to the hood and live there. I'll go back to the hood, and it's coming. I'm gonna go back to a certain places, and I'm a sow seeds, But when I'm like Johnny Appleseed, bro, when I drop my seeds, I'm not gonna see if the apple tree grew. I'm gonna keep going and just keep dropping seeds, bro. And if it
Yeah,
grows, it grows. You feel me? But
yeah.
that's all I'm gonna do because I don't have time to waste on in a particular place. So this platform bringing Yapping on Yap back, bringing you on is part of the seed that I'm pushing out. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
like, but I'm not gonna check on them and see if they grew up into be apple trees. That's on them. You feel me? Like I can't hold your hand and babysit you.
I'm gonna pay somebody to do that. I'm gonna pay somebody to do that. I ain't
Now,
doing
I ain't
that
paying nobody to
shit.
do that either. I'm gonna drop the seeds and you get what you get, and don't you forget.
Well, I think that's part of the. You know what we as black people, we cannot compare our plight and the way and our situation in America to any other culture because no other culture has had to deal with the things we've had to deal with in America. So when we look at how other people did it, most of that stuff will not apply to us because most of the people don't have the ACEs, the adverse um, ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
adverse childhood experiences that we have as a black culture that affect the way we move and the way we operate, which prevents us from doing a lot of things you said. So we got to stop looking at other cultures for how they progressed and how they're progressing in America because their road looks nothing like ours. Like
yeah, but
I always like to say that when a kid comes to school, he not the only one with a book bag because this teacher's coming in with book bags. So we all cultures have our own trauma, but we have to unpack it and deal with it differently. So I
yeah.
agree with what you're saying. I agree with
Yeah,
what you're saying. There is
yeah,
a
dollar.
safety issue.
And the issue is, I mean, like I'm not all that big, and we not all that huge as people that's making a footprint on the internet. But right now, we got about 6 people watching and only 2 likes. But say if Gilbert Arenas jumped on this bitch and talk about the guns he brought in the locker room, just because he made millions of dollars and shot a basketball, he's gonna get a whole lot more viewers. Yeah, he might be a little bit more entertaining, but what's the shit you getting out of that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, first of all, he not. First of all, he not more entertaining. That's number one.
yeah,
Number two, you got to understand that for black people, we see entertainment as the fastest way to make it out the hood.
it
Remember,
is
Chris Rock
fast.
said, "Yeah, it is." Remember, Chris Rock said, "My neighbor is Jay Z, and I live in a neighborhood with Jay Z and Mary J. Blige." But he said, "My next door neighbor is a fucking dentist."
Yeah,
Remember, he said that there's 3 black people. My next door neighbor is a dentist. Our culture, for obvious reasons, we only see Jay Z and Mary J. Blige. We don't see the dentist, the lawyer, the executive, the superintendent, and the pharmacist. Shout out to my dog
but
Keith Perry
his his
and the
his
pharmacist
yeah. Go ahead.
that all live in that same neighborhood as well because we don't know about them and we just want to get it fast. We just want to get it fast. We don't think about when you get it the long way, it lasts longer. You can be a pharmacist, Keith, till you 75 years old. That means you can go 40, 50 years of making six figures, bro.
Duh.
Easily. What you told me that one time? I count pills all day.
Yeah, I don't even do that no more. It done got so easy. But what Chris Rock was saying is like his neighbor is a dentist, but his neighbor is a savvy businessman. Just like see, he counted themselves short. The way they started was they was a comedian, a singer, and a rapper, but they all savvy business people, right?
They
They take,
became savvy business people. Yeah.
but
Yeah, I agree with you.
they use their income to do that. And you talk about we buy stuff to impress people. Yeah, we buy stuff to impress people because we don't have the wherewithal or the know-how.
Hold on, give me a second. You read that comment Don just posted?
I'll put it on the screen. Let me add it to the broadcast. It
Oh,
says,
read that one time for
it's
Don.
the
Me
same
and
for
Don gonna
poor.
do a podcast together, by the way.
It's the same for poor whites growing up in the trailer parks. We don't want to go back once we leave. My old neighborhood is Methland. Your old neighborhood is Methland. And I think, hey, Don, you are correct, man. It's like it's a class thing. You work your ass off to get out of a place that you don't really want to be at. I think it's more so a class thing rather than like a hood thing, a black and white thing. Once you leave, you want to leave, bro. You ain't trying to come
Man, I
back.
think I agree with you 100%. I think I try to tell people all the time, this shit is not black and white. This shit is green.
But
This
but
is the
Don,
almighty dollar.
But Don, I'm gonna tell you one thing though. I don't know if it's like that in the meth lab neighborhood or whatever. But I know if you take that Maserati back to the hood, your ass might not make it back up out of there because they're gonna put that iron on your ass. And I don't know. I don't know if they still like that. They might steal your Maserati in the meth lab neighborhood, but they'll shoot you dead in the hood, and you might not come away with your life. You
And see,
know,
that's the and see that's and see that's that is sad, and that's not something we can blame on any other culture. That is in-house. That's an in-house thing. I think we as a black culture, we need to separate in-house problems from outside problems. I think my earpiece gonna die. Let me know if my earpiece
you
died.
straight.
Um, we need to separate in-house problems from outside problems because that is an in-house problem. That has nothing to do with the outside culture. The fact that you scared to drive your Maserati in your neighborhood is an in-house culture problem, and that's not something that we should try to say has anything to do with anybody outside of the culture.
I think it's more so what Don talking about. We don't know what bad neighborhoods is in different cultures, but all bad neighborhoods are bad neighborhoods. And I think that what's going to happen is that it's going to be a class thing. The race and the culture thing is not even going to be relevant. Mexican, black, Chinese, Asian, white. It's just going to be a class. You're going to be down here or you're going to be up here. And the people in the middle is just going to be barely in the middle, barely above down here, where like if they have a medical emergency, they make them pay for it. But down here, if you got a medical emergency, it may be life or death. That's the only difference between those two people.
That's
And
true.
then it's gonna have the elite people that's way up here. So I just think once we get it all together, we'll all stick together. And I think Bitcoin fixes that.
Hey, my dog got 3 words of advice: hit it hard, hit it straight, and buy Bitcoin.
Hey, Dollar man, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up on that one, man, because I appreciate you coming on, brother. And we're gonna do this again. We're gonna get it popping. We appreciate you. Your follower jumped in. You had a lot of people that jumped in with me. I appreciate that as well. Thank you for tuning in to the channel. If it's your first time here, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you like the episode, we're gonna be chopping it up and dropping more. And I'm gonna put all Dollar information below. He gonna shoot that to me in a text, and we're gonna end the stream. You got anything else you want to say, brother?
Yeah, first of all, y'all make sure y'all check out my dog TikTok. What's your TikTok channel? I can't think of it right
Jake
now.
Fever.
Oh yeah, Jake Fever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. I got 1 million views before he did. I just want to throw that
Nah,
out there.
I got a million views
I
for
got
you,
a
bro.
million views before you did.
I've been had a million views back in
No, I'm talking
2021.
about one video with a million
One
views.
one video I got 1.8, and then I got another one with 5 million. Then I got a 33
I'm just saying
million.
I did it first, bitch.
No, I did it
Don't get me
first.
started.
Hey, matter of
But
fact,
yeah,
bro,
y'all make sure.
check this out.
Uh
You
huh.
check out Screwball and Godiva chocolate drink. That's a 1.8 million views back in 2021, right before I went to
Yeah,
Mexico. Yeah,
Screwball and Godiva.
it tastes like a Reese's cup.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I might have to. I'm gonna tell Doug. I might have to try that Screwball and
yeah.
Godiva. But yeah, man. Hey, man. I'm happy to be here anytime, bro.
Hang
I know
hang on the
you and I
line
keep
for
it
a
good.
second. I'm gonna go ahead and end the show. Just hang on the line for a second, bro.